Hi, my name is Anastasia and I'm the founder of Chelsea Cybersecurity. We are a cybersecurity consulting firm that's focused on providing cybersecurity and IT support for small businesses. If the threat of a cyber attack frightens you, it's for a good reason. Cybercrime accounts for billions of dollars in victim losses, and the headache of recovering your data and safeguarding yourself and your clients is a horrifying prospect. As a cybersecurity professional, nothing is worse than a cyber attack. Headlines are rife with cybersecurity horror stories. So here are 6 cybersecurity horror stories from the past 20 years. Hope you enjoy.
Number 1, I love you. As the internet began making its way into more and more households around the turn of the century, cyber attacks became more prevalent, and in this case, so did social engineering. In 2000, one of the largest cyber attacks of its time was launched in the form of the I love you worm. Also known as love bug or love letter, I love you spread as an email with an attachment called loveletterforyou.txt.vbs. When opened, the worm would overwrite various common file types, including JPEGs and MP3s, then send itself to everyone in the user's address book. I love you spread almost immediately, hitting about 45 million users in just 2 days. It cost between $5.5 and $8.7 billion in damages on 10% of the world's internet-connected computers, plus another $15 billion spent by companies and government agencies to actually remove the virus. Number 2, PlayStation Network. When online gaming made its way to the console market in the mid-2000s, it opened up a world of connectivity for gamers around the world. Unfortunately, sometimes these paid services also open the door for cyber attacks. Such was the case with Sony's PlayStation Network in 2011. On April 20th, 2011, Sony suspended access to the PlayStation Network after discovering an intrusion had occurred sometime between April 17th and 19th, acknowledging a compromise of personal information. Sony later said 12,700 credit card numbers from non-US cardholders were taken, though the numbers were from an outdated database. When all is said and done, the hack and subsequent network downtime cost Sony $171 million. Number 3, Target. Even retail giants aren't safe from cyber criminals. In 2013, cyber criminals used stolen login credentials to gain access to Target's database, compromising 41 million payment card accounts and gaining access to 60 million customers' contact information, including full names, phone numbers, email addresses, CCV codes, and more. In 2017, Target settled in a multi-state settlement for $18.5 million, the largest amount for a data breach at the time. Number 4, Yahoo. When you talk about the largest data breaches of all time, Yahoo reigns supreme. In July 2016, Yahoo discovered millions of account credentials for sale on the dark web, resulting from a 2014 breach that compromised data from 500 million accounts. Yahoo then discovered a separate cookie-based attack had occurred in 2013, allowing hackers to access billions of accounts without passwords. In total, all 3 billion user accounts had been compromised, making the 2 attacks the largest data breach in history. The litigation is still ongoing, but Yahoo has had to pay millions in both settlements and fines stemming from the attacks, in part because the company waited so long to disclose the breach to users and force password resets. Number 5, Equifax. Of all the companies we should trust with our most sensitive information, credit agencies are near the top of the list. That's what made the Equifax breach of 2017 so shocking. In 2017, Equifax announced 147 million consumers' personal data, including social security numbers and driver's license numbers, had been compromised, prompting many across the country to put a freeze on their credit. Almost as shocking as the breach itself was Equifax's response. Though the breach was discovered in May 2017, the company didn't announce the breach publicly until 2 months later, allowing its executives to sell off $2 million in shares. Once the news was public, Equifax claimed consumers waived their rights to file a class action lawsuit, only balking at the notion after a mass outcry. Finally, a typo in one of the company's tweets sent users to a phishing site rather than the website that had been set up to tell users if they had been affected. That site also didn't work that well. Though Equifax has yet to face any fines or penalties from the government, some consumers have reportedly sued the company successfully for nearly $10,000. Since it debuted earlier this decade, ransomware has made a name for itself as one of the nastier, more pesky forms of malware. Essentially, ransomware locks a user out of their computer until they pay some fee to unlock within a certain time frame. If users don't pay within the time frame, the data is completely wiped out. One of the more famous examples of ransomware is WannaCry, making it number 6 on our list. WannaCry worked its way onto 200,000 computers in 2017, with hackers demanding $300 in Bitcoin to unlock. The attack became a prime lesson in why you should always back up your data, as economic losses mounted to about $4 billion, becoming one of the costliest cyber attacks of its kind.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe and follow us on Instagram, link below. Stay safe out there.